Hey everyone, Ishmael Kolia, Asia Realtor, associate broker with eXp Realty, and the team leader here at the team of experts. Let's talk about pricing your property. When you are ready to put your house in the market, now we've got to come up with a price, and it's not always as straightforward as one may think. How do we price your property? Do we go based off of what an online website might say your house is worth? Truth of the matter is, a lot of those online estimates are grossly wrong. In fact, a popular real estate website, which I'm sure you're aware of, their estimate was so wrong that the CEO of that website sold his own house for 30% less than what his own house was estimated to be. So we don't want to go by what an online website is estimating your house's value. And remember, the key word is estimate. That website company has not been to your house. And when it comes to finding the value of your house, the value is derived from two things. One is a homework and a research of area sales. What are similar houses in similar condition in your area selling for in the recent past, in the, let's say, last 6 months? So if the house is around you with similar features, similar conditions, similar size, same location, and same market timing, if they're all selling for, say, $600,000, then chances are your house is probably around $600,000. But there's one more key aspect to this formula, and that is a visit to your house. Let's face it, your house is not the same as your neighbor's house or the house across the town. Your house has different kitchens and different features and different layout and different finishes and different appliances, maybe better, maybe not. But whatever the case may be, that's going to affect the value of your house, and that's why it's important for any home valuation to be derived from a home visit as well as market research. And that's why when you bought your house, if you remember, the bank sent an appraiser to come to your house. Why? Because just an online research is not enough. That's why an online company, online website giving you an estimate will not be a correct indication of what your home's value is. All right, so now that we have done that homework, both online as well as walking through your house and looking at the various features and benefits of your house and condition and finishes, now we have a valuation of your house. Let's for a moment assume that your house is worth $645. Okay. Again, this is just an example. Let's assume that your house is worth $645. The next question is, how do we price it in the market? You as a seller, we have three options of pricing the house in the market. Number one is, if my house is worth $645, let's put it for a bit more. That'll give me some negotiation room, right? And in fact, that's the most common strategy. If a seller's house is worth $645, oftentimes sellers will go with $675, $695, $700, and so forth. They're thinking, I want to have some room for negotiations. Logical, but let's see if that is actually correct. The second strategy is, if my house is worth for $645, let's put it in the market for $645. And then the third one is, if my house is worth $645, let's put it for a little bit less, maybe say $600,000. With the first strategy, putting the house too high in the market, the problem is that your house may sit for a long time in the market. Remember, you don't want to keep your house for too long in the market. The longer a house stays in the market, the more buyers are likely to think that there's something wrong with your house. And eventually, when they make an offer, they're going to make you a lower offer because they're going to believe that you're stuck with the house. So we certainly don't want to sit too long in the market. And most likely you're not going to get an offer at the amount that you've put the house, which is a higher amount than what the house is worth. Remember, the house is worth 645 in our example. This seller is not likely to get an offer at 695 just because they put the house in the market for 695. I mean, it's common sense. Just as you don't want to give away your money, the buyers also love their money and they don't want to give away their money as well. So buyers not going to give you an offer $50,000, $60,000 more than what your house is worth. And by the way, 97% of buyers today are working with a real estate agent. So when it comes time to make an offer, that buyer and that buyer's real estate agent are also going to be doing their homework, looking at area sales. Obviously they came to your house, so they know what your house's finishes are like and the appliances and the layout is like. So they have a very good idea of what your house is worth as well, which is again 645 in our example. So they're going to know that 695 is over what your house is worth, and they're not going to make you an offer much more than what your house may be worth. But chances are that you may not get an offer at all, because again, they don't want to make a more realistic offer because it's too far from your asking. Your asking is 695. They know that your house is worth roughly 645. That's a $50,000 gap, and they don't want to even take a shot. They don't want to take a chance. But here's another consequence. Chances are they did not even come see the house because they know that your house is so severely overpriced. Many times people are not even going to come see the house. Buyers are not stupid. Today's buyers are very well versed, and they do a lot of online navigating through the real estate website. So they know what's available in the market. They know your competition. If you are selling a house, there may be 3 other houses in the market with similar features and benefits. And so they know that those neighbors of yours are selling houses around 650. Here you are sitting at 695. They're not even going to come see the house. So these are all the negative consequences that are possible with placing your house in the market for much higher than what it's worth. What about placing the house for lower than what it's worth? If your house again is worth 645 in this example, if you place the house in the market for say 600, much lower than what it's worth, or even less, yes, you're going to have good buyer demand. You're going to have number of showings, but you may have too many buyers showings, and you may have too many people coming to the open house. But when it comes time to making an offer, unfortunately, buyers may be mentally stuck at making an offer close to the asking price, right? So if a buyer comes to see your house, yes, they're definitely going to come see your house because it is so attractively priced. But when they come see the house and they're going to like and love your house, unfortunately, chances are that they may make an offer that is close to the asking price. They see that you're asking 600, they might just make a $600,000 offer, even though you were hoping for 645. That's what your house is worth. So I highly caution you in terms of placing your house in the market and pricing your house far more than what it's worth and also far less than what it's worth. The ideal situation is actually to price your house in the market close to the value, but just a little bit less. What I mean is that if your house is worth 645, ideally you want to place your house in the market for 635, 639, and that's going to let the buyer base know that you are serious about selling your house and that you are reasonable with your price. You're going to get more offers, you're going to get quick offers, and you're going to get serious offers, and that'll allow you to move forward, selecting the right offer and getting it into contract in a short amount of time. Again, you don't want to be in the market far too long, and you also don't want to put your house in the market for far too low because you will be leaving money on the table. I hope this helps, but again, every situation is different. I'd love to discuss your particular situation in terms of what your house has to offer. And we are certainly able to offer you a free market valuation of your house, which again will be based on a combination of doing online homework of area sales, but also walking through your house and seeing the different finishes in your house, the appliances, the layout, and the condition of your house, and giving you a very realistic valuation of your house. Reach out to me, my team, myself, and our company is ready to help you here at eXp Realty. 914-540-8849, 914-540-8849. Ishmael Collier is your realtor, associate broker with eXp Realty. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to connecting with you soon. Bye-bye.